Hi, this is Sharon Gornick. Welcome to another Turnitin.com tutorial. Today we're going to look at how to create a rubric. So you need to log into your Turnitin.com account. You'll need to go into one of your sections, though you can apply these rubrics to whatever. But just to get to the libraries, you need to be able to log into one of your actual classes. So you're going to click on Libraries. And you can see here we have the Quick Mark Manager, which I've talked to you about, and this is where you'll get your rubric form / manager. Once you click there, it's going to load, and sometimes the rubrics take a while and they're edgy, so just be careful with your mouse swiping. But once you have a rubric set up, it is awesome for grading quickly using both the iPad and the computers for papers to flow through. So you can start with either the rubrics that they have here with a 9-10 argument, informative narrative, 11-12, same thing, or you can start with one of the ones you've already created. And I make some specific to assignments, some are just general rubrics in general. But if you wanted to create a new rubric, you go ahead and click that, and you'll have your criterion and then your scales. I like to use the points as much as possible, because then it'll add it up, and the points that your rubric does not matter as far as your assignment, because it will convert it to whatever your assignment total points are. I just want to show you one of the rubrics I've created and then how you can kind of mess with it. So yes, of course we want to leave this. So I've created this writing rubric. I've put in all the criterion. You cannot necessarily change a rubric once you have used it in an assignment. So I can't edit anything. But when you would edit, you would just simply click on the boxes and be able to change any of the language. All right, so let's see. Let me show you a rubric that I can actually do this with. I believe I can do this because I've never used it before. Nope, just kidding. All right, so let's just create a new rubric and see what happens here. So I can delete these criterion pieces and put in whatever I want. And again, I like to use points, so I'm going to get rid of all of this. And each box will be worth whatever amount of points that I want to do, which is great for, again, grading quickly. I can make different things different weights. So maybe we're working on organization within a paper, so now I want that to be the most amount of points that they could possibly get throughout the rubric. And so this would be a percentage of a 4 rubric point, a 3 rubric point, a 2 rubric point. And then I can cut and paste whatever verbiage I want to have in here. If you have an electronic rubric that you have like in a document already, you can just cut and paste all of those pieces right in here. I can just write ideas, answer, question, etc., etc. So you can type right on there. And you can add or delete however many criterion you want. So let's say I only want 2. Am I sure I want to delete this? Yes. I want to delete this? Yes. Okay, and you fill in all of your boxes, and then when you scroll down, you're going to save that rubric, and then it'll need a title as well, whatever it is that you're doing the assignment for. So I've had specific ones. So my writing rubric is pretty generic, and I've kind of morphed it over time. I have an open-ended rubric that doesn't require as many points. So there's like, I believe I don't have like a works cited page on here. Oh, I do have MLA stuff, but it's like, do they answer the question? Do they have the MLA? Do they have the grammar? And it's a lot quicker because they're writing a paragraph versus a full essay. And then my freshman wrote an autobiography, so we were looking for specific points. Did they actually relay the events? Do they have a message within their story? We worked on figurative language and sensory language, so if they met those requirements, they got the full rubric points for all of that. Did they include vocabulary? And then, of course, their grammatical points and usages. You can not only use the rubric form manager, but I've also put together a slideshow to show you as far as another way you could put together a rubric. You can go through and do it in your new assignment. So remember how we created an assignment in the other video that I showed you? When you go into your optional settings and you go down here into grade mark, you can create by launching a rubric form manager, or you can select one that you have already created. So same thing that I've just showed you, you can create a new one or you can use an existing one. This is what it can look like if you want to. I've made all my quick marks at the top here, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and then all my criterion on the sides is included in that. That's where you can plug your material in, which I've also shown you. And again, I like the points, and you can change the points to whatever you want, but you can certainly do it out of percentage as well. You can change the points, and then of course you'll want to make that your default setting, and that's your assignment. So I hope that helped you with the rubric form manager. You can assign any rubric that you make to any assignment that you do. Just note that once you have graded using the rubric for one of your assignments, even if it's a year or two ago, you won't be able to alter that rubric in any way. So I hope that answers your questions about rubrics, and we'll talk to you later.